What is up, my fellow gamers? In today's video, we are taking a look at the brand new boss we got for Season 2 in Dragonheir, and that is from the Chaos Touch Abyssolossus. We're going over some of the best heroes to use against this boss and some strategies to use as well. Like and sub for more amazing gaming content. Here's a bunch of the codes that we have active right now that you can use in Dragonheir Silent Gods to get some free in-game rewards. Click the link down below in the description box and download Dragonheir Silent Gods now and start your journey in Season 2. Brand new season, span new game. Dragonheir is a season-based game that will officially launch Season 2 Fall of Increscent on December 15th. Introducing new sandbox, new strategy, and new optimization experience, just like a brand new game. All right, so we are at the new boss. Now, it is down here at the bottom, right near the Dusky Tower. You'll see once you go ahead and get teleported to the Increscent Islands, you do have to get a bit through the story missions. It's going to take roughly 20 minutes, 25 minutes, depending on how long it takes you to get through those beginning battles. Now you can go ahead and you can challenge this boss once a week. If we take a look at all of our challenges in this area right here, it is a weekly challenge. So anytime you have something like this, you always want to wait until the last possible moment to do your challenge. You never want to complete this challenge in the middle of the week or at the beginning of the week, because naturally you're going to progress your heroes and get stronger as the days go on. So let's take a look at the enemies we're facing as well as the skills. So you kind of have to face two waves. The first wave is the Chaos Surf boss, and it's going to be having these little Abyssal Touch melee enemies, or these Abyssal Touch ranged minions are going to be spawning and doing just some random damage, physical damage with a knock-up effect. And then the Abyssal ranged ones, they have a basic attack with a 30% chance of inflicting attack penalty 1 on us. You're going to need really strong damage dealers too to get through the Abyssal Touch melee and ranged minions. They're more annoying than anything because they protect the Chaos Surf, so it makes it difficult for you to get to that main boss because you got to destroy the minions first. Chaos Surf, we have control immunity and ultimate down immunity, so we ain't going to be able to put anything like stun effects on them. For their first skill, we have Abyssal Summon, summons an Abyssal Touch at a random location. Those are the minion monsters right here. And then for their big main skill, heals allies within range with a 50% chance of granting them a attack up 3 and attack speed up 3. So they buff pretty much these minions that they summon. You could bring a hero that removes buffs from the enemies or puts a buff prohibition on them as well. But this is the main one that we really need to concentrate on, and that is the Chaos Touch Abyssolossus. So he also has that first passive ability, control immunity, ultimate down immunity. Then we have our first skill, deals necro damage to the enemies within range and inflicts recharging speed penalty for an amount of time. It reduces our recharging speed by 30%. That is for our skills. So that is a little bit tough. The next one we have is Frenzy, swings tentacles, deals a bunch of physical damage to all enemies 4 times. Just straight damage, nothing else, nothing fancy. For our fourth skill, the Ancient Calling. Now this is where we really have to start building our team to these last 2 skills because they can kind of be devastating on our team. Deals necro damage to all enemies and inflicts Charmed, which is a control effect on enemies with less than 50% HP for 4 seconds. So if we just bring 2 really strong healers and we're constantly getting heals, then we really honestly don't even have to worry about the charm effect ever going off. So you definitely need to have 2 strong supports. I feel like almost any of these boss battles in this game, you always have to have at least 2 really strong supports that are going to be doing some type of healing. It means a 10% max HP shield and uses tentacles to entangle a single enemy for the duration of the shield, inflicting fear and dealing necro damage over time. If the shield is not broken in 10 seconds, necro damage is done to all enemies and it inflicts stun on them as well for 5 seconds. So we really need to break the shield. There's a lot of bosses in this game that have to do with stuff like that, where they'll gain a shield, and then if we don't break the shield, then they do some big crazy attack, and then it stuns our enemies. So this is kind of like a pretty basic mechanic that we have seen from Season 1. So this isn't anything that's like too crazy or hard to overcome. And then after that, we have if the shield is broken, the boss is going to gain weakened, which means they're going to take 20% more damage. So that's when we really want to pump out all of our ultimate abilities from our heroes that actually do a lot of damage, because it's just going to scale more when the enemy is weakened. So we really want to look for strong healers, number one. And also we want to look for stuff that's going to give us control immunity. For our fire heroes, a real easy one to choose is Brody. This is a support. You have a battle skill which does a bunch of fire damage with a chance of inflicting attack penalty too, which is okay. His passive ability, when the enemy obtains a shield, the hero also gains a shield, which is equal to 50% of the enemy shield up to 80% of the hero's max HP. So hey, we know the boss is going to get a shield, so this guy's going to just get a free shield as well. But our ultimate ability dispels shields of enemies within range and then deals fire damage, and then we gain defense up for 10 seconds. So there we go. We got that dispelling of shields on the enemies, which completely just get rid of it. Ultimate ability. Make sure though you do have this on manual when you're doing the battles. Pretty much whenever you do any boss battle, my number one suggestion is to always turn off auto combat, manually activate your hero's ultimates, and also targeting certain enemies that you want to hit with it. Another good support is Dane. He is also another epic. We have our battle skill, which deals a bunch of fire damage, but we also have the chance of inflicting fear, and more importantly, the healing prohibition. So if you're struggling with that first wave, go ahead and get that healing prohibition on them. It is a nice square area of effect, so you can cover a decent amount of enemies with it. And then the ultimate ability, bunch of fire damage and an attack penalty on them. And if the enemy's HP is below 50%, you can steal all of their buffs, and they will have buffs on them from the first boss wave as well. Now, the Necros actually have a lot of really good heroes that you can use for this boss. This one being the Night Watchman Irma. Defensive stance, but her battle skill deals necro damage and gains hit recovery, so we're going to get some healing off. And then the ultimate ability is what I love. We're going ahead and we're granting control immunity and damage reduction to allies within range for 10 seconds. Another good necro one we have is Estella. This is a support. We've got our battle skill. We're going to get that debuff immunity and defense up too. Now, this isn't going to help with the controlling effects, but it will help with the debuffs for the first wave when you have stuff like that attack penalty from the minions and stuff trying to be put on you. But our ultimate ability, we're going to cast a spell for 6 seconds, and we grant healing to the hero and the ally with the lowest current HP every 0.2 seconds. And we prioritize healing to an ally without full HP. This is a lot of healing that you're going to get, so you're going to stay above that 50% mark with your HP, so you don't have to worry about getting charmed. Another good suggestion for our epics we have is in the lightning affinity. And that is going to be the big drinker, Lydia, for defense, but our ultimate ability is going to grant control immunity to all allies for 10 seconds and unleashes our battle skill once. So again, control immunity, not having to worry about those charms. Another really good hero that can remove shields as well we have is the Blitzen. I can't pronounce this one. This is a support for the lightning affinity. We've got our battle skill, which deals a bunch of lightning damage and removes all of their shield with a 75% chance of dispelling one buff from them as well. So go ahead, activate this battle skill on the boss. And then the ultimate ability kind of goes hand in hand with this, because it goes ahead and we get the defense up too, which is good, but we heal allies with HP below 50%. So hey, remember, we don't want to ever be below that 50% range. This is going to make sure that we always stay above that. The link down below in the description box, and download Dragonheir Silent Gods now and start your journey in Season 2. Brand new season, span new games. Stay happy, stay safe, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.
Luster or fortune. Feel the fury of frost.
Feel lover's rage. The wrath of order.
Rest in ocean deep.
Feel the fury of frost.